Welcome in. Everybody in a good mood today, Monday. We got Dave behind the glass today.
Yeah, hold on. No more of that.
No. Pot shots to start the show. I knew that was on its way. If you heard Falar's update, it basically is a tone setter for the show today. We are going to talk about the trade deadline. Scott Harris, under pressure. Question from Rico at 3 o'clock involving the deadline. Of course, waiting to see what he does. Do something. Under 36 hours till the Major League Baseball trade deadline. You also heard about a fight today at Lions practice. Classic something or nothing because of who it involved, Rico.
Yep.
Was it Jack Campbell? No. Wasn't Dan Campbell either. Jameson Williams. Yeah. Something or nothing. And I want to start with that. Now, this is something that was percolating in the office leading up to the show as people continue to talk about Jameson Williams, and it's not exactly positive headlines. This is from Kyle Meinke, who was at Lions practice today. Rough start for Jameson Williams in his first padded practice of the summer. He dropped 2 balls against Air, 4 total, went 0 for 3 during the red zone, and then took a swat at a defensive back, Starling Thomas. Something or nothing, Rico.
You know what? I'm going to still say it's nothing. Under the caveat of this, because most people are like, J-Mo he's turning into a target. Because of everything that's happened, I don't think he realizes that he's under a magnifying glass and everybody's watching to see what happens. And the only way he can make any of this stuff go away, get out on the field in week 7 and be productive, score touchdowns, catch passes, keep your nose clean. This doesn't help your image right now. When you come out and you're dropping passes and you're fighting with rookies or whatever you're doing at training camp, it's a bad look for you. And it's not people like me in the media making you look bad, J-Mo. You're making you look bad. But I'm still going to say it's nothing. Under the same caveat, I don't want to hear, well, Jared Goff and his receiver, they didn't drop 1 pass in preseason. That also means nothing. But as of now, it's nothing to me. But I am getting tired of the stories. It's only raising the level of expectation when he finally hits the field higher to make me forget about all of the other shenanigans that are going on. Plain and simple.
We got to wait longer to see it. Because he's not playing week 1, week 2. He's out the first 6 weeks.
Yeah. J-Mo, if you want us to stop talking about you, quit doing dumb stuff when you don't have to do dumb stuff and dropping passes against Air. Like, man, you go up with a DB and a DB makes a great play. Hey, he's trying to make the team too. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's trying to earn his paycheck. I get it. Man, you're dropping passes against Air? It's not a good look. It's not. I'm not going to hit the panic button, but it's not a good look for somebody coming up that's suspended. And quit making yourself the story. And I promise you, we won't talk about you. I'll make you that deal. You go out and do what you're supposed to do, and we'll talk about that type of stuff.
Well, I think about the show you and I did last season, Sunday, against the Vikings. You said he's going to catch a touchdown that day.
Yeah.
And there you go. 1 catch, 41 yards, touchdown. Those are the type of things we want to talk about with Jameson Williams.
Right.
I think the big problem for him is he can't catch a regular season touchdown pass in late July. They aren't playing regular season games. He may do something in the preseason, and that would be a big deal for people who are watching this going, show me something, give me some positive headlines. But the reality is he can't prove anything until we're a month and a half into the season, given the fact that he's suspended. Is this something or nothing? 248-539-9797. The drops, the physical altercation. What do you guys think of it? Is it the latest in a pattern of behaviors? Because, Rico, when I look at this, I don't care that the guy got physical at practice. Kansas City Chiefs had some skirmishes last week. This is going to happen on just about every single NFL practice field. Yeah, exactly. This is going to happen. Tempers flare. It's practice. They know they can't do it in a game, but you're allowed to be competitive. Pads are on. You're going to challenge each other right away. Tone setter. Who's going to get punked?
Right.
Who's not going to back down?
Right.
And listen,
because when you go into the film room, you don't want to be the one that the assistant coach is saying, wow, Cookies, you got beat like a drum right there. Did you even try? No, you want to be the one that say, way to go. Way to stick up for yourself. Way not to let that guy do something. But if you're Jameson, you got to stop doing stuff like this. Like, I don't care about you got into it with the DB, but man, you gotta be so dialed in and laser focused because you have to realize you got a lot of attention and maybe pressure that's fair or not fair, but it's there now. You got they traded up to get you. Mm-hmm. Expectations were high, and like it or not, and spare me the NFL rule is stupid. You let your team, you let the program, you let the city down by not being out there in a pivotal year where they could go ahead and take this division. You're not going to be there for the first 6 games.
Look, I know everyone's like, Jim, you're the Karen guy who called him out for the fireworks. I just didn't want him to lose any more ground, any more traction as he begins his NFL career. Rico, I'm not going to make a big deal. I think this is in the nothing camp. The physicality at practice doesn't bother me. It's going to happen everywhere. The drops. Do you remember a couple years ago? Jamar Chase couldn't catch the ball.
It was Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is arguably the 2 or 3 best receiver in football. He couldn't catch it. People are going, it's an adjustment to the NFL ball. And it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. He's a great receiver. And I think J-Mo has all the tools to be a great receiver. The rest of the practice write-up today, he created a ton of separation. He did catch a touchdown in the back of the end zone. He had a bone-crushing block, and he spoke after practice and said, no block, no rock. I mean, like, he's going to have to buy in, and I think he is. Yeah.
The thing that gets me is, just the whole, you guys just keep making this stuff up, and we're not making this up. We're giving you, these are the facts.
These are the headlines from the people who were at practice today who said, what's the most interesting thing? This.
Or even the stuff off the field, like the fireworks and things like that. And, you got suspended and then you're going out to Vegas and it's like, that's a bad look. Or handing out, fistful of money on the east side of Detroit. Once again, great idea, bad look, bad execution. You keep putting, or you're allegedly at, Coney Islands at 2, 3 in the morning. Once again, you can do what you want to do, bad look. So you have to be cognitive of what's going on in your surroundings and realize, hey, man, you're not in high school. You're not at Ohio State. You're not at Alabama anymore. You're in the pros. You got to act like a pro. And I'm not seeing a man who is acting like a pro.
I think he has a lot to prove.
Yeah, and that's the problem that I have. And I'll use the example of Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, if you've seen any video from camp down there with Jacksonville, he looks like a man possessed.
He's a blur.
He looks ready. He's super fast. He's catching everything. And I guess, and I don't know, I may be wrong here, but I kind of wanted that from J-Mo coming into his technically first training camp.
Yeah, fully healthy.
Did not have training camp last year because he was hurt. And I kind of wanted him to come out and kind of be that guy that's catching everything, that's, running every drill the right way. And I could be wrong there, but I wanted to see that, and I'm not seeing it or hearing it.
You know what I wanted to see from J-Mo? And we've all been there. It's when you guys are married, when you screw up, and you screwed up, and you are over and beyond with your wife or your girlfriend. Hey, let me do this. Let me take care of that. Let me go wash the car. No. Let me take you. Like, you go above and beyond to show how sorry you are for putting yourself in this situation. That's what I was expecting to see here.
Best behavior mode.
Right. That's not the time to come walking in the house drunk and late. Like, really? Yeah, I saw Larry and we just tied one on. No. Best behavior. That's what I want to see. And yeah, I mean, he's got a limited body of work right now to show us what he can do. Yeah. And then he's gone for 6 weeks. This isn't what you want to see day one in full pad.
Listen, there are people who believe there is a target on J-Mo. The media is out to get him. I got some of that backlash on the firework video that we want to run this guy out of town. Rico, they used a first-round pick on him. Yeah. He should be a critical part of the foundation of this football team. He's the counterpunch to the power run, is that he can take the top off of defense, and you got to keep the safeties back. He's such a big part of what they could be offensively. Right. We don't want these headlines to be the headlines.
Right.
But this is MLive. Jameson Williams battles drops and clashes with teammates in his first practice in pads. Something or nothing. 248-539-9797. We'll get to the phones. This is where we begin. We'll do a lot of trade deadline stuff today, day and a half away for Scott Harris. It's 97.1.